This is Talking Wikipedia. 4 is a number, numeral, and glyph. It is the natural number following 3 and preceding 5. Evolution of the glyph, representing 1, 2 and 3 in as many lines as the number represented worked well. The Brahmin Indians simplified 4 by joining its 4 lines into a cross that looks like our modern plus sign. The Sangha would add a horizontal line on top of the numeral, and the Kshatrapa and Pallava evolved the numeral to a point where speed of writing was a secondary concern. The Arabs still had the early concept of the cross, but for the sake of efficiency, was made in one stroke by connecting the western end to the northern end. The eastern end was finished off with a curve. The Europeans dropped the finishing curve and gradually made the numeral less cursive, ending up with a glyph very close to the original Brahmin cross. On the 7-segment displays of pocket calculators and digital watches, as well as certain optical character recognition fonts, 4 is seen with an open top. This is because this was the original way the glyph was drawn before the illustration above came into usage. Television stations that operate on Channel 4 have occasionally made use of another variation of the open 4 with the open portion being on the side, rather than the top. This version resembles the Canadian Aboriginal syllabics letter. The magnetic ink character recognition CMC7 font also uses this variety of 4. Another form of the 4 glyph that was invented for television was the arrow 4, which combines the 4 glyph with an arrow. In chemistry, valency of carbon, that is basis of life on the Earth, is 4. Also because of its tetrahedral crystal bond structure, diamond, one of the natural allotropes of carbon, is the hardest known naturally occurring material. It is also the valence of silicon, whose compounds form the majority of the mass of the Earth's crust. The atomic number of beryllium. There are 4 basic states of matter: solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. The 4 elements of alchemy are earth, water, air and fire. In physics, special relativity and general relativity treat nature as 4-dimensional. Time and 3-dimensional space are treated together and called space-time. Also, any event E has a light cone composed of 4 zones of possible communication, and cause and effect outside the light cone is strictly incommunicado. An alpha particle helium nucleus, also called a helium, consists of 4 hadrons. There are 4 fundamental forces: electromagnetism, gravitation, the weak nuclear force, and the strong nuclear force. In statistical mechanics, the 4 functions inequality is an inequality for 4 functions on a finite distributive lattice. This is Talking Wikipedia.